Hello, I'm Paul Hartnoll, formerly of Orbital, currently of 858, and you're watching Toasted.
Brighton Music Conference, day one, and actually, even though he's not technically from Brighton like I am, I'm with Paul Hartnoll. You'll know him obviously from Orbital back in the day, originally signed to FFRR on the strength of a cassette called Chime, I believe, is that correct?
All correct, Dave, yeah.
I didn't do any research at all, I'm just making it up as I go along. And you live in Brighton now. Why did you move to Brighton?
I moved to Brighton by mistake. I was living in Shoreditch and it was mental. I moved into Shoreditch when it was quiet. It got absolutely crazy. I started wanting to have kids. There's no place to bring up children, so I moved to the leafy suburbs of Brighton.
You're working, you've completed work, I think, on 2 series of Peaky Blinders, is that correct?
No, just one. I did the second series with Flood and PJ Harvey. No, it was brilliant. She was great fun. She's very down to earth. She's nice, a nice lady.
And do you have a studio in Brighton?
I do, yeah. Yeah, no, it's quite good actually. It's got about 7 other musicians. It's really.
Is that where the levelers were?
No, I used to be there. No, there's 7 lots of us there. There's loads of us, all different people. People who used to work for Uncle, people who work for Bjork. Quite a.
Sound like the homeless musician society.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, well, it's a really crummy kind of double-deckers style warehouse with really nice slick studios in it.
And you've just recently done something with Novation here at Brighton Music Conference, is that correct?
Yeah, for Novation, who have been supplying me with tons of really nice kit for my tour, which is my current project, 858. So in return, I've come and brought my live set down here, set it up, and just did a Q&A with people, sort of talking them through how I play live.
Do you have a new project? I think it's 858, is that right?
That's what I just said, yeah, 858. Thank you for plugging it again for me.
What is 858 about, and why 2 minutes to 9? Why is that so important? And is that 9 in the morning before school, or 9 in the evening before the watershed?
Very much 2 minutes to 8 in the morning. It was basically, when I left Orbital, I had to make a hard choice because Orbital's a big brand. It wasn't working creatively. It needed to stop. So I thought, okay, I'd always had this thing from before Orbital, like 8:58, 2 minutes to 9. It's that moment of choice. You kind of choose, like, right, am I going to walk into school? Am I going to walk into college? Am I going to walk into this shit job that I don't like? Or am I going to walk away and do with the thing that I feel like I'm supposed to do? So it's like an 8:58 moment, and I've done that a few times in my life, and it's changed my life. I've walked away from a job and thought, no, it's not making you happy. You've got to go and do the thing that you want to do. And that, just when I thought about that again, it's like, oh yeah, that's what I've just done again. So 8:58. There you go.
Studio-wise, in my mind, I would say that you're in and out the box. You're definitely going to have analog equipment. You're definitely probably a Space Echo kind of guy. A few old Roland effects units. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yes, you're right. Loads more analog synths than you can shake a stick at. I don't have a Space Echo. Actually, most of my effects are in the box. I do have some. I've got I love spring reverb, so I've got a lot of kit. I've got the old System 100 spring reverb, which is probably a Space Echo reverb. I've got Macbeth M5N, which has got fantastic spring in it, and a Putney as well.
So you probably use effects more in the box because of the controllability and the flexibility?
Yeah, and I like them. I think they sound good.
Favourite plugins?
Favourite plugins.
Come on, imagine you're in Dave Pensado now. We're batting in the box. I'm going to ask you your favourite plugins, and we're going to talk about why.
I would say pretty much. Can I have a whole suite? Can I say NI complete? Is that?
I'm really surprised. I thought you would have been a Sound Toys boy.
No, I've never tried Sound Toys. People keep telling me to, and I haven't done it. It's a little luxury coming my way soon, I should imagine. A go-to for me, if I'm writing, it'll often be Massive, because I kind of know it.
You are a native guy, huh?
Yeah, no, I am. What else do I mean, I love Reactor if I'm feeling kind of playful.
Omnisphere, I think a lot of people...
You know what? I've just bought Omnisphere too, because I love the granular stuff that they were advertising, because I'm a massive sampling is one of my big things. So Contact 5 is big for me. It's my favourite kind of sampler, but I love anything like Alchemy. I love that.
I think Camel have just been bought out by Apple, right?
I know, so I'm kind of looking forward to what they're going to come up with. I'm hoping it'll be a lot slicker, you know.
Do you find the new samplers are a little bit more, they're very, very clean, so do you use like a bit reduction to get it down to the old 13-bit?
Not really, but I tend to use little bits of distortion rather than bit reduction, although that is quite nice. Although recently I've been plugging in my old E4, and I'm kind of tempted to get...
E4 is an emulator.
Yeah, it's a hardware EMU sampler. I kind of wouldn't mind getting an emulator 3, one of the old emulator 3.
Actually, I have an E4X Platinum.
No, I've got my E4 still.
Yeah, but does it have 16 balanced outs? This is really becoming so nerdy now that everyone has now switched off.
Mine's maxed out to the full. I don't think you could... well, you were one of the only other people I know that did used to have massive EMUs. I remember that. I remember conversations about that before. But mine is pretty maxed out.
Are you sad about Keith Harris?
Yeah, I did shed a tear.
Orville. Do you miss Orville?
No.
You don't miss Orville?
No, not Orville. Keith Harris, yeah. You know.
And also Rod Hull. Because all our musical stuff is based around children's entertainment for some reason. Like Rod Hull, he had EMU. Keith Harris, he had Orville, which is obviously the Eventide. And did you know that actually Rod Hull died near Ditchling, which is very close to here, whilst putting his aerial straight on his roof?
I did know that story, yeah. What is tragic as well is my association with the stylophone and other kind of, children's entertainers of our past. But
I think Kate Bush has got more to worry about that particular entertainer.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. I'm just really glad because we were going to use a bit of his voice on the beginning of that single, and apparently it wasn't...
Can you guess who we're talking about?
Yeah, apparently it wasn't appropriate for his career path at that point.
So what future plans have you got for BMC? Are you performing down here, and are you going on tour with 858?
Yeah, well, at the moment I'm doing summer festivals with 858, and then seeing where that goes, seeing what, I'm going to cut my cloth accordingly after the summer and see what gigs I can get. And then what am I doing? Here, I don't know what's going on this evening. I know a couple of things, but I don't know. The day is young. I'm yet to find out. What can you recommend?
There's this guy called Dave Clarke who's playing at a nightclub called Patterns.
I think I might have heard that. Yeah. What time's he on?
Not 8:58, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do. I've got a lot to do tomorrow. It better be good. That's all I'm saying.